we're going to be placing a bunch of bets using my favorite software, going over some of my favorite strategies and what I specifically look for when I'm looking to find bets using a software so that you can copy and paste these strategies for yourself so that you can start printing money off of the sports books. So we finally have a legitimate NBA slate of games today, 7 to be exact. Only 2 NHL games, a couple of college basketball games. Really just Texas versus Connecticut is the only big matchup tonight. Tomorrow's going to be a massive slate of college basketball games. So it's a little bit quieter on the front of everything else, but the fact that we have 7 NBA games means we have a lot of player prop bets that we can go ahead and attack, especially when we're going to start off with some DFS. So let's kind of jump into this right now. And let's see what we have. I'm going to be using the positive EV tool over here at OddsJam. I also have the sharp money tool teed up as well. Yesterday was an excellent day on the live streams. We cashed a 3-pick slip on Better, a 3-pick slip on Underdog, and 2 different 3-pick slips on Better. So PrizePicks Underdog and 2 slips on Better. 4 slips total, guys, that I shared on the streams yesterday. And hopefully you guys were able to copy and paste. It was a killer day for me yesterday. Had an awesome day of sports betting. Would love to hear from you guys how it went for you. And we're looking to replicate that success today, cooking up some different slips on PrizePicks. I already dropped the 5-pick flex slip on for Flex Friday on X. So if you guys want to check that out, go over to my X profile, and you can copy and paste that link right there. Saints fan, what's going on? Irish, Anton, Wilbo, 49ers Faithful, Jalen Garrett. What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? So, also for OGs, specifically for OGs, obviously I dropped a video today, guys, on the channel, giving you a very honest take on arbitrage betting. Let me know what you think about it. We're going to start off, it looks like, with Underdog here. So let me know what you think about it. It was just a very honest take on arbitrage betting and what I think it looks like moving forward. I don't think it's particularly great, but let me know what you think about that. Give that video a watch. And then for my OGs, I have a video teed up ready to go that you can watch right now. It's going to drop on Monday, but that's part of the perks of being an OG is that you get early access to the content. So that video is out there now. It's my 13 cheat code tips and tricks to print money off the sports books. Some you may have heard, some you may haven't. So take a look at that as well. So we got some videos that dropped today. One dropped today, guys. Another one's dropping Monday. But if you are an OG, you're going to be able to get access to that right now. This McConnell play has very little to no edge. Looking at this over at Pinnacle. Okay, it's not ideal. We got this play on Melton. We got this play on Edgecombe. This is going off of and using Pinnacle as the sharp book. Let's see if we use FanDuel as the sharp book. What do we got? Julius Randle under on his player points. Okay. Again, I like to use a couple different books when it comes to finding plays on Underdog or PrizePicks. I'm still okay with this. This is fine. So Randle under on his points. There we go. And this is going to be a 3-pick entry on Underdog, guys. No insurance. And I'll share that link with you guys over here. Appreciate that, Anton. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, and also, what's going on, EK? Yeah, Dub Club last night, guys. We cooked. 7.5 unit day yesterday. Huge day. So for those of you that have been in Dub Club with me for a while, we've obviously, like at the beginning of this week, was not good. Was not good at all. But over the last 2 days, we've won everything that we lost on Monday and Tuesday back, plus profits on top. So if you're willing to stick through the variance with me on Dub Club, you'll get rewarded for it. And that's what happened yesterday. To make 7.5 units in one day was huge. Huge day. Second largest day, I believe, since I've launched Dub Club was yesterday. So staying consistent, rolling through the variance, guys, very, very important. So there it is. No problem, Jalen. No problem. All right, so that's a 3-pick slip. Again, guys, FanDuel thinks this is at -124. Pinnacle's at -124. They just came out with their odds. So not ideal, but like I said, we go back and forth all the time. Let me take a little screenshot of this entry. And then over here on Better, we do have some discounts on Better. Anthony Davis and Jimmy Butler. We can take the Anthony Davis over on his points and rebounds. These discounts are every day on Better, guys. I play these all the time. Very good play to FanDuel. Not bad to Pinnacle and Bookmaker as well. So this is Duncan Robinson under on his points. And he pretty much just shoots 3-pointers, guys. So If we're going to find something on Duncan Robinson, you just hope that he doesn't shoot the 3-ball all that well. But, okay. And then Joel Embiid under on points. Not very good to Pinnacle. Let's see if there's been movement from FanDuel. Movement's always critical. Yeah, I don't particularly care for this play. What else do we got? Keontae George under on his threes. What do we got here? Okay, good movement. Oh, no, wrong. Movement from Props Builder. And Pinnacle, they're saying it's at minus 128, but it says minus 142 here. That's a little confusing for me. I'm just going to move on from it. Cooper Flag under on his rebounds. Very similar pricing between Bookmaker, Pinnacle. Yeah, I like seeing this. This is what I want to see. Flag under 6.5 rebounds. We might get hit with a little correlation nerf here because we're taking AD's over on his points and rebounds. Let's see. No, they're giving us 6x payout. 6x, nice. 3-pick perfect entry on Better, guys. I take advantage of these discounted slips every day. The max you can wager is $10, or at least that's what I can. So it's pretty good. Appreciate you letting me know about that, Aaron. Then Ant's out. Obviously, that would make me imply that, there's going to be more on Randall. If you don't like the Randall play, you can take Jalen Johnson under on his points, rebounds, and assists. To FanDuel, this is... All right, so they adjusted it, obviously, right? But if you don't like the Randall play, you could take Jalen Johnson. You can take Lonzo under on his assists. You can take Johnson's under PRA or Johnson's under on his points. Max Christie's over on his points, rebounds, and assists. Pascal Siakam under on his points, rebounds, and assists. These are lower edge plays, but these are all things that can be added. This was looking at FanDuel. We'll come back over here to Pinnacle to see what else we have. We hit this play on Edgecombe up a little bit earlier. We got Clowney under on his points, rebounds, and assists. What do we got here? Pretty good movement. Really good movement from FanDuel, by the way. So I like this play on Clowney. This is, again, on Better. There's 2 different discounts that we can take on Better, and I try to play all of them. So took the one on AD. And we're going to make sure we hit the one up on Jimmy Butler on his PRA over 28.5. And let's see if we can grab this on Clowney. Under 21.5 PRA. Okay. Dyson Daniels under on his rebounds. Let's see if Pinnacle's moved. I really just look for movement, guys. That's the biggest indicator for me in terms of in the last 45 to 60 minutes. Do we see a sportsbook move in one particular direction? That's really what I want to look for. Sometimes you have to add or remove books, guys, to see this pop open. Can I get any kind of graph to pop up for me or line chart, whatever the hell you call it? Yeah, Jalen, I mean, listen, there's plenty of times I've had so many people in the past comment me on a play that was garbage. They're like, yo, this play's bad. And literally, legitimately, if things work out, maybe Julius should hit his over on his points. But I still subscribe to the fact that sports betting is unpredictable. Did you watch the football game last night? I have a million examples of where this happens. So I can understand the sentiment. If you guys want to stay away from that play, no problem. But I'm in for it, and I'm not going to cancel out of it. It is what it is. FanDuel's up here. Pinnacle's moving. Not a ton, but they've moved a decent amount. I mean, it's minus 131 to minus 138. I'm all right with this. Ja over on his assists. I'm okay with it. FanDuel doesn't like it, but I can get down with that movement. So Ja over on assists. Clowney just moved to 20.5 instead of 21, so we got to remove that. That was a really good play on Clowney. We could do Duncan again. Champagny, not ideal, but what do we got? Not much. Not the movement I really want to see from Pinnacle. If you want to go against it, we take the Randall over on threes. That kind of coincides with one of our plays, but we can see really solid movement across the board from all the books. So for those of you that don't like the Randall under on points, we're going to go ahead and grab his over on his 3-pointers. Interestingly enough, Better has his line at 23.5. Okay, we're going to take this. This is going to be the Jimmy Butler discounted slip, and I'll share this with you guys. Morant over on assists. Randall over on threes. Butler over on his PRA as a discount. Yeah, we do have the happy hour. Everyone gets excited about the barrage of first basket plays. Yeah, are we officially in? I'm logged in right now on FanDuel. It's on my other screen right here. I have 30% profit boost tokens. There it is. Happy hour. Bang. All the way at the bottom, guys. When you go to promos on FanDuel, yep, at least for me, I had to scroll all the way to the bottom. Click claim now. Bingo. Okay. We'll save the barrage of first basket plays for a little bit later in the stream. Again, I like to put these on first basket long shots because the max bet's like $10. And so if we get 5, I'm investing $50. And if I hit on one of these first basket plays, I'm making good profit. And if I hit on more than one, then I'm living the Vila Loca. So there we go. All right, let's remove a couple of books here. By the way, OddsJam's made a couple of updates here, guys. At least for myself in Arizona, books are grayed out that I really can't play anymore, like Golden Nugget, like Rebet, which I already knew that. Books that I can't really click on anymore, like they're not available. You see when I click on the book, that's what happens. But also, they have added the Fanatics marketplace. So for those of you that are talking about, Fanatics now has like a predictions markets, it's now available. So if it's available, I got to take a look, because if it's actually available for me, then I definitely want to start using it. But all right, we got all these books teed up, ready to go. Let's get rid of Underdog, and then let's get rid of Better. Okay, PrizePicks. We got Melton under on points, Dyson Daniels. We're still devigging to Pinnacle. For my Dabble people, here's 2 plays on Dabble. Brandon Williams plays a lot better than Quentin Grimes, but either one's fine. There you go, 49ers. Joey, we'll have to see about next week. It might be the week after, man. I'm doing a lot of traveling. Doing a decent amount of traveling next week. And so I won't be for the early week of the streams. We might be able to do something like that. We'll have to see. I'll put a poll up. Because all I would do then, guys, is I wouldn't stream at 6 o'clock Eastern. I would just stream a little bit later. There's no way I have the energy to do 3 streams a day. And so we'll see though if we can, if we just delay one of the evening streams to later when games are going on. Obviously, it's not going to be like next Tuesday because there's only 2 games, so there's not much going on. But I'll definitely put it in consideration. Appreciate you asking. So Melton, we're just going to try to cook up a 3-man slip right now. Under on points, Daniels under on rebounds. This play isn't very good to a 3-pick slip. Don't mind. There's a little bit of movement there from Pinnacle. I don't mind that. And then we'll hit up the sharp money tool as well. For those of you that are just trickling in, first and foremost, welcome in. Let's see. A couple of updates, some notes. Yesterday on Dub Club, we had a huge day. 7.5 units we made. So plays are already out for today. It's a little bit lighter of a slate of plays. I think it's still roughly around 10, maybe 10 plus. It's normally between 10 to 20 plays a day for those of you that are curious. Again, if you guys want to take a look, if you sign up for the 1-month or 3-month package, you get a 3-day free day trial. Appreciate that, Asher. Yeah, we got that Irish. Yeah, Irish. We got the Onyx boost today, 26%, which is decent. Not bad. So if you guys want to check it out. Rick, what's going on, man? How are you? MP, how are you? So let's go see if we can finish off this PrizePicks slip, because I would love to finish off a PrizePicks slip. We talked about this Melton play. Giddy under on assists. All right, it's not very good to FanDuel. It's barely good at all to Pinnacle and Bookmaker. Someone has about $850. Okay. This play has very little to no edge, but we'll go with the sharp money tool. This is a power play entry here, guys. 3-pick slip. No insurance on PrizePicks. And I'll share this link with you guys. So talked about Dub Club. Went really well yesterday. Dropped a video today talking about arbitrage betting and just a very honest take on it. Please do me a favor and watch the video and then comment on how you feel about it. Did you think the video was garbage? Did you think it was decent? Obviously, guys, the whole point of me asking for your comments is so that I'm making content that you actually enjoy and that you find value in. If the content that I'm making sucks balls, then please tell me. You guys are, especially you guys here in the stream And in the chat, you guys are my most loyal, faithful supporters. And so I want to make sure I'm making stuff that is viable to you guys. Because if I'm not, then I shouldn't be making content. So you guys and your input and your direction helps me make sure that I stay on track and make sure that I'm actually, providing value for it, because that's what it's all about. And so some videos I can sound like a broken record, but every now and then, like this video was specifically made for the core subscribers. I make different videos for different types of sports bettors. And so the video today was really meant for those that are in the weeds all the time, or if you're new to arbitrage betting, this is what I think you're going to be in for starting now. Start really now. It's been like this for the last probably 6 months. The video that I have for my OGs, you can access this right now. It comes out on Monday. That's a video that's kind of made for basically all sports bettors alike that can help you fix your process or maybe refine your process a little bit. So I'm always trying to make different videos hitting different types of sports bettors. But if you guys don't know, most of my videos are aimed at the beginning sports bettor. I'm not necessarily like a GP, a Golden Pants. The Risk Takers podcast and his YouTube channel is really geared for professional sharp bettors, which if you guys have been following me for a while, definitely go. If you don't know about him, please go check him out. He's incredible. But I try to really target a lot of beginning sports bettors that are new to sports betting, because I feel like in the pie chart, there's like about this much of us that are sharp, and then everyone else is a beginner. And you guys that are in here know, you hang out with your buddies, you watch your buddies bet, and you're just like, oh, yeah, okay. You guys don't know much about sports betting, or at least sharp sports betting. For my dabble people, this would be a 3-pick slip here with Grimes, Embiid, and Brandon Williams. Check that out. Okay. Really good stuff. And the reason, guys, that there wasn't a stream this morning is because the video that I posted this morning, I got back from my editor at about midnight last night, and I went and reviewed, and I was so excited about the video. I reviewed it last night, and we made a couple tweaks, and so I didn't get to bed till like 2 in the morning, so that's why I didn't wake up to stream this morning. But we got that video out, and I was really excited about it. So, all right, that's with PrizePicks. That's with Dabble. Let's take a look at DraftKings Pick 6. I do have Pick 6 guys selected in all of these tools. Well, let's remove Pinnacle's limit. Let's see if that opens up anything else. Kind of, but not really. These numbers are just really too low for me to take these plays based off the sharp money tool. The Giddy play is really on the edge, right? Really on the edge here. But I have all sports teed up, and there's just not a ton going on. Let me look at this pick 6 to see if we have anything. 3 pick entries. We have 1, which is Clowney under on his points. Again, this is a little low in terms of sharp money, but this is a decent price to bookmaker and to FanDuel. So let me go over to pick 6. We have some stat slices here, guys. Pick whoever you like. I got a bunch of different dudes that I'm looking at. I'm probably going to go with someone that I feel is, when I'm looking at these plays, like Joel Embiid, dude, like Embiid's just been like, I can't deal with that dude. So I'm going with like probably Cade Cunningham or Donovan Mitchell. Guys that I know that consistently play, that get minutes. So I'm probably going to go with Cade Cunningham over on his points. But we can take this with Noah Clowney and hit this up with Clowney. And see if we can grab this under 14.5 points. And then I'll come over here to, let's take a look at the EV tool. Normally, guys, if you devig to FanDuel, a little tip here, if you devig to FanDuel, you'll see a lot of DraftKings Pick 6 plays. Or see more than what you won't. So let's clear that out. And here we go. Jalen Johnson. These are all low-edge plays. Jalen Johnson under on his PRA. Man, FanDuel feels a certain type of way about this. But FanDuel also has moved quite a bit. So I'm totally fine with this Jalen Johnson under. I know he has the potential to go nuclear like he did a while back, but the under 43.5. And this is going to be my pick 6 entry. Can only do $10, obviously, guys, on these stat slices. I'm taking Cade Cunningham. Here is the link if you want to check it out. Trent, what's going on, man? How are you? Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to everybody in here. Okay. So that's our 3-pick over on pick 6 with a stat slice. Let's go look at Pinnacle or FanDuel next. And let's take a look at Onyx. We got this Onyx boost, this parlay boost. This is really anything and everything. So I prefer to go with Pinnacle, because this isn't an SGP boost, guys. You can play this on anything. Always will advise to you to play traditional parlays over SGPs when you receive boosts like these. Okay, if you receive this 26% boost, which is decent, it's not insane, you always want to make sure you're playing traditional parlays, because it's just you really get ripped off in price with SGPs. It's really poor. Pinnacle, worst case, what do we got? Now, I did not set an odds range here. We have Andre Drummond over on his rebounds. Let's see who moved. Okay. 30 minutes ago, FanDuel made a massive jump, which I don't like seeing that. So I don't like the Drummond play. We talked about Melton before. We'll get off of him. Siakam over on points. Is everything just kind of closing up shop here? Another thing that you guys can also do is select DraftKings. Basically, any plays that has a DraftKings and Onyx logo side by side, like Melton, typically is going to be available. So this is where I look for like Trey Johnson. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like actually available. Obviously, it's a better play on Ballybet, but we're trying to take advantage of this boost. I don't mind this. Pinnacle and FanDuel are down here at the bottom. I'm cool with this. Let's go over to Onyx. Trey Johnson, Wizards and the Cavs over 10.5 points. And then all you're going to do here, guys, is I just click Add to Parlay. This is how you add plays to your parlay. And the reason that I'm adding this to my parlay is not so much to track it, because I will track it, but it's really to find out, if this price is super EV. Trey Johnson. There it is. Okay, next up. So I don't want to grab another play from the Cavs-Wizards game. Nurkic on a double-double. It's plus odds, big time. Boy, Pinnacle moved a lot. Not much movement here from FanDuel. A little bit of movement here from Pinnacle. Now, we have some movement from Camby, but we're not betting this on Camby, but still, don't like to see that. But Pinnacle was at plus 168, or plus 172, excuse me. They're now at plus 153. So I do like this movement. This is a bit more of a long shot here, guys. Jazz, Grizzlies, Nurkic, double-double. I'm going to take the over on this. Again, I don't know what the max wager is on this parlay, but it can't be more than $25. So I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so we'll grab that. And then what's another play that we can grab? Looking for that Onyx DraftKings logo. Braden Shen. We could do this. I really lean more on Pinnacle on this play. Under on his points, Blues, Blackhawks. There's only 2 games tonight in the NHL. And sometimes, I don't know, I got to can I see anything here? Can I get any kind of graph? Please, OddsJam. Please give me something, bro. Ron, sup? Okay, finally. That took forever, but there's no Pinnacle graph. So this was a low edge play. I mean, I'll do a little refresh to see if we can find a third leg. I don't like the Drummond play. Oh, this is, again, a juicier one. What do we got here? Did FanDuel move, or did... I don't want to see Caesars. I want to see FanDuel. FanDuel's chilling. Yeah, these are just 2 books that just have different opinions. All 3, really. Bookmaker, Pinnacle, and FanDuel. So I'm going to stay away. It's not an ARB, so I'm going to stay away from it. Brandon Miller. Over on his points. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go. Brandon Miller, Hornets, Bulls. Over on his points. Over 21.5. All right. Did I do something wrong here? Where's my... Oh, you know why I didn't get the boost yet? Because I got to opt into it. Bingo. 26% boost. What's the max wager here? $20. Cool. All right, we're in for $20. Let's see. No, that's all right. Nurkic was supposed to be at 188, 185. I'm not losing my mind over that. That's fine. I'm cool with it. 3 cents of a difference isn't going to totally nuke my entire EV edge play. All right, so this is what we got cooking. Share this with you guys if you want to copy it. Hopefully... All right, there it is. All right, so we're in on this play. So if you were like me and you added this to your parlay, you can just come up here to the top. And obviously, OddsJam doesn't have all these books set up with it. That's fine. I'm just going to type in $20 here, guys. I'm just going to click the plus sign. I'm getting this at 1164 odds. And then all I'm going to do, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you come over here to the tracker, right? Open this up, come over here, and it's not the score, and I'm just going to type in Onyx. I'm getting odds of 1164 for 20 bucks. It's an odds boost. And then all I do after this is I just change these. I click the little pencil here, and I just change this to Onyx. And I don't know if you necessarily need to do that, but it's just what I do, just so that everything's all set up. And then there you go. Now it's tracked. Now, you don't have to track your parlays on OddsJam. You can come over here to hit this up for just to see if the odds are decent. And I would highly advise if you guys are rocking SGPs, right? So here's why we want to do this, right? And me, guys, it's all about it's not just about giving you free picks. It's about also teaching you exactly how I like to use the software. So if we look at that Santi and Cam Spencer, right? And like maybe I want to rock a 2-leg SGP over on DraftKings. And I'm like, yo, these are 2 really good plays. And so I come up here and I'm like, all right, well, we should be getting odds of plus 394. So if I come over to odds, and if I come over to DraftKings here and I look at this Grizzlies game, right? Because we know the sportsbooks want us to play SGPs. We know that. So if I come over here to the SGP builder and I go to Aldama and I go 4 cents, right? I go, okay, where's he at? We want this at plus 153 odds. Okay, I see that. And then Spencer, same thing on his assists. Maybe I take Cam Spencer and I'm looking at him to get 4 at minus 105. The reason that I do this, guys, is you can see this is 394 odds. But on DraftKings, I'm getting odds of, and you can barely see this, I'm getting odds of plus 360. Right? So that's not the same price. So the reason that I always set this up on OddsJam to add to parlays is I try to figure out, well, is this still a positive EV parlay to play? Right? I don't know, right? Because the price is a little bit different. Okay? So all you're going to do when you're in this situation is all you do is, this is why I have win probability pulled up. Anton, can you look up a 3-leg NHL parlay for, for goal score? It's going to be difficult, Anton, just because there's 2 games tonight. But we can take a look, because I normally don't bet other markets other than goal scores, at least myself personally, but we can take a peek. Understand that if you want to take advantage of that boost. So we're going to grab this fair win probability on Santi, 0.417. Just move the decimal point, guys, over 2 spots to the left, because we have to multiply both of these legs together, because in order to win this parlay, we need both legs to hit. So we have to multiply the fair win probability with these 2, and we really have a 29.98% chance. So when I come over to a Kelly calculator, and I'm like, all right, I got a 21.98% chance. DraftKings is giving me odds of plus 360, and I use quarter Kelly. It's going to tell you, yeah, this is still an EV parlay, but it's only like 1% edge. So this is the whole reason why I add those plays to my slip up here, so that I can find out what's the odds. Like if we were actually getting plus 394 odds, you're going to find out that this is an 8.5% EV edge parlay. But we're not actually getting that on DraftKings. So figuring out then what we're getting. And I know this is work, guys, but this is how you actually figure out if you have an edge or not with SGPs. Most of our friends, I would say 99.9% of my friends, don't do this. So this is kind of how you're going to go through this. So if you like to cook up SGPs, whether it's the Jazz game or you're looking at the Bulls game and you're trying to cook something up for DraftKings or whatever sports book you are, this is how you go through and figure out the math of whether this is really worth it or not. Obviously, it's a lot easier just to fire off a bunch of single straight leg bets. So let's take a peek at NHL goal scores, because I typically do bet these on FanDuel. And at the moment, guys, down here at the bottom, there's 0 results. So I don't see anything, unfortunately. And there is a boost going on today, guys. DraftKings is offering some SGP boost. That's why I kind of brought up this whole math thing, because they have like I took advantage of both their different boosts today. I forgot to tweet them out. It wasn't like I'm hiding the picks, but I forgot to tweet them out. They got a Friday mystery boost promo, and then they got the daily drop. right? And definitely that mystery reward. If you're getting a boost, which I'm imagining, John, that's what you just mentioned too. This is how you would figure out how to kind of go through those SGP boosts. So that's how you do it. So for traditional parlays, you don't really have to add your legs to the slip. You're never going to get ripped off on price with traditional parlays. If you want to double check, I understand that. But it's really adding all these legs on here is to figure on OddsJam is to figure out like if for SGPs, if we're getting a good price. So we don't have anything when it comes to NHL goal scorers. If I just come back over here and click on, player props, and we want to look just at FanDuel. And if you guys want to know why I'm going out of my way to kind of take care of Anton's request, it's because Anton, just like Saints fan and Irish and 49ers faithful and Trent, all these guys are channel members. And if you go over to my YouTube page and go to memberships, there's 2 different options there. And so this is where you get to directly steer the stream in the direction where you want it to go. And so for this is what I would do, Anton. In terms of, you got Sergachev over on his assists, Thomas over on assists, Schmaltz over on points. So if you have a parlay, or if you have a boost on FanDuel, I don't know if I have one. I don't have one for the NHL, but if you do, this is where I would probably lean. Now this Schmaltz plays really low, but obviously if you have some type of profit boost, it's going to be pretty good. So that's what I would do it over there. Okay. We're going to go through right now, guys. If you guys don't know, on FanDuel, it is the happy hour. It's for 1 hour every Friday. And I love to take these happy hour $10 max bets and put these on first baskets on the NBA. And at least 2 times we've been doing this, we've hit and made really good money. So I like to put these on longer shot plays. We have 7 games. We only have 5 boosts. So I'm just going to kind of rifle off some of the boosts that I like to go through and just give out some plays. But before I do that, why am I not seeing these happy hour boosts? It says these rewards, I got to refresh my FanDuel because I claimed the boost, but I don't see the rewards popping up right now. It says I have 2 rewards available. Let me double check. Yeah, there it is. Go to NBA. Let me see this. Okay. All right, maybe this is it. We'll see if it is or if it isn't. I don't know, but either way, I do have a 30% boost. I'm waiting to see like the other 5 boosts, but no, there it is. It's 0-5. My apologies, guys. Did not see the little fine print there that says 1 of 5. All right, so max wager's $10. Again, I'm investing $50. If I hit on any one of these, we're making our money back, our $50 back plus a profit. So I'll just share the link with all you guys here and drop this. And I'll take some screenshots here because I'll quickly forget what's up. And this is over on Quick Bets, guys. Obviously, you could use the link. But this is on Quick Bets where you can use this. And the boost definitely helps. So we're not going to be able to quit our jobs and get filthy rich, but we are going to be able to make some decent money. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, John, no problem. So we took, right now we're taking Tobias Harris of the Detroit Pistons. We took Andrew Nembhard of the Indiana Pacers. And we took Con Knuppel, or however you say the dude's last name, of the Charlotte Hornets. Those are our 3 plays thus far. We might have to go back to our old buddy. Our old buddy, if he's there. No, he's not there. All right, I wasn't sure about that one. And trying to give out just one for each game, guys, to just try to mix it up a little bit. And we're then also going to take Nick Claxton of the Brooklyn Nets. So Nick Claxton of the Brooklyn Nets for the fourth one. I don't particularly like to take, the superstars guys. Every now and then you can be surprised when it comes to first baskets. Like, hey, it's a guy that we weren't necessarily expecting. And then last but not least, I'm going to take Will Richard of Golden State. And so I'm investing $50, guys, to at least get the 50 back. If Con hits, we just make $5 profit, so it's not like insane. But if anybody else hits, or if we hit more than one, then it's really, really good. These are super long shot odd plays. So for those of you that are going to tweet me later when they all lose, trust me, I already know these are very long shot odd plays. So if we hit one, I'm very happy. Okay. There we go. Let's look at the sharp money tool right now. Let's look at some player props for just the recreational books. Let's use a pinnacle limit here at 250. And let's look for today. Okay. So the idea here is that on Benedict Mathurin, this can be played on better or underdog. Somebody wants the under 20.5 points. Somebody wants it at minus 117 odds. And someone has put up $3,400 on this prop. I don't know about you guys, but if I go over to Bally, Bet Rivers, MGM, Fanatics, I cannot wager $3,400 on a player prop. But I can on ProfitX. And this guy has a lot of confidence on this play. Pinnacle's taking currently $250 as a max wager. So this is where I lean that this bettor has some insight over here on ProfitX. Now, the thing is that you can bet this. If they wanted a minus 117, I'm cool with betting this on FanDuel, DraftKings, or Caesars. Obviously, if you can get this on Fanatics, that's awesome. But the idea here, guys, is that, in my opinion, someone has some type of model that tells them, yo, you really want to bet Mathurin's under, right? I don't think this is just a rec bettor that just likes to bet on the NBA. So you guys, I'm more than happy with going over to FanDuel or DraftKings. And again, betting somewhere between 1 to at most 3 units. I would say 1 unit on this play. This would be a 1 unit play for me, maybe 1.5 units. And this is only though, do not go and bet this on, let's say, I wouldn't go bet this on BetMGM or Bet Rivers. Okay. But if you can get this over on Caesars or Fanatics or DraftKings or FanDuel, I'm cool with this, right? It's within like 5 cents from minus 117. So I'm currently working, and this is kind of a brag, but I'm excited about it. I'm currently working on a VIP showcase with DraftKings. And I'm probably going to get limited after the showcase ends. But at least for right now on DraftKings, I'm getting a lot of really good shit. And so always fun. Always fun. So they actually bumped this, guys, on DraftKings. This is now at minus 124 on DraftKings for Mathurin. Oh, never mind. Yeah, the under 20.5. So I'm going to take a look at FanDuel to see if I can get this over there because I don't want to pay minus 124 odds. Pacers, Sixers. FanDuel. Yeah, and it's minus 130 on FanDuel. So once again, whoever was posting this on the Sharp Money Tool, post this liquidity has some pretty decent insight because DraftKings and FanDuel are moving further and further away from this line. So this might not be a real line anymore that we can get. I'm going to take a look on Caesars. It's minus 121 on Caesars. Damn, it just moved to minus 128. So kind of another insight, guys. I just saw Caesars, DraftKings, and FanDuel all move their lines from here to a minus 125 to minus 130. So this Benedict Mathurin play, yeah. I mean, this is some movement for sure. And I'm looking at the play on Caesars. It's at minus 128 now. So that sucks. But if you can get this on Fanatics, go ahead and do so. If I can get it on Prop Builder at minus 119 odds, I'm cool with it. If we move off of that, Kobe White, under on his points. Someone's posted this at $3,500 at minus 124 odds. I wouldn't bet this on FanDuel. The Score, okay. Sportzino, hell yeah. Pretty much it. Those are pretty much the only books that I would like take a look at to bet. No problem, Anton. No problem. I'm trying to go over to Props Builder right now, see if I can get that Mather in play. Let's take a look at George. Under on his points. The George that plays for Utah, not Washington. Keontae. Someone has $3,200. They want this at minus 106 odds. You can get it at minus 105 over at BetMGM. Again, this is a significant amount of money, guys. $3,000. I would not bet this on DraftKings or FanDuel. Caesars is really on the edge there for me. But if you can get this on MGM, by all means do so. ProfitX, I would bet this on ProfitX for sure. All right, Nick Claxton, under on rebounds, under 8.5. Again, $3,000 posted by this bettor. They won it at minus 120. Really can't get this anywhere else but BetMGM. Let's see if I can do this. It's at minus 122. It's on the edge for me, but I'll take this. Little on the edge for me for this Mather and play. But I get it at minus 122 on Props Builder. Okay. What else we got here? Mobley under on rebounds. Somebody wants this at minus 110. Now, this is significantly less money, guys, than the plays that we just reviewed. The plays before had like $3,000. This has half of that. And Pinnacle's taking $500. So 500 divided by 2,300 is just over a 4x multiplier. So, not crazy about that. Not super crazy about that. So this is where the sharp money tool, we can kind of pick and choose. I'm very picky when it comes to these plays on the sharp money tool. When it comes to me betting these types of plays. Bridges under 7.5. Somebody wants it at minus 132 for $2,000. Okay. Very good price to Pinnacle. Again, we can come over here, guys, and also take a look at line history. And we can throw in Pinnacle to see like what they're doing. And Pinnacle has moved a little bit. They were at minus 149 26 minutes ago. They're now at minus 160. That's an 11-cent movement. That's kind of decent here, guys. So I'm gonna go play this on DraftKings. I like that movement. You can grab this on FanDuel as well. Or Onyx or Bet Rivers. Okay. I'm cool with that. And this is Hornets Bulls. Bridges under 7.5 boards. Bingo. All right, over here on the EV tool, outside of the sharp money tool, let's take a look at some NBA player props. Tomorrow, guys, is going to be a lot of college basketball. There's only one college football game tomorrow, Army and Navy. We're going to be going through, we got, I think it's the Cup games tomorrow, guys. It's the semifinals of the Cup games. So tomorrow is just really a heavy college basketball stream at 11 a.m. Eastern. All right, we're going to look at FanDuel props first. And as I mentioned before, guys, all I care about is line movement. It's all I care about. From a book that I think is sharp. So it's Bookmaker, Pinnacle, FanDuel, Circa. If they're moving in a certain direction, that's all I really care about. So your devigging process, the only thing that I would mention, please do not use best case, in my opinion. Use worst case, use power. I wouldn't use additive or multiplicative when we're looking at odds of this type of range, okay? So really just power or worst case. You can use either one of those. Right. And for my dabble users, this looks to be incredible on Siakam. Right. So if we look at a play like George on his rebounds and assists, okay, this is an ARB to FanDuel. Plus odds on the under, plus odds on the over. You can day trade the books. This is the number one thing that I look for. If it's an ARB to a book, bro, one of these books is off. And I'm willing to bet that BetMGM are the idiots compared to FanDuel. So if I click over here on this over, little bit of movement from FanDuel, not much. And I don't like maybe the fact that BetMGM has moved up, but I don't know about you guys. I've never once talked to anyone in the sharp betting space in my last 4 years that said, dude, MGM's like super sharp on player props. Never once have I ever heard that. So still have, and look at that. It just went from 105 to 100. Just moved from plus 105 to plus 100. This is now considered a low hold, which is still good. I would still bet this. There you go. So not quite as good, but decent. For my 4CX people, you know, this job play, there's only $50 available. Okay, small movement from Pinnacle. Little bit more movement, but then really FanDuel came back to their original position. Just by the way, the play that I made on Matherin on Props Builder, that just went from minus 122 to minus 130. So I'm going to hammer this home. I'm going to sound like a broken record. That sharp money play, guys, that was being recommended on Matherin, we just saw 4 different sports books go from the under at roughly minus 118, move to minus 130. Because, I mean, somebody had $3,400 and they wanted it at like minus 122. And we just saw 4 different sports books move. So really, really critical. Again, this play, I don't mind betting it. There's only $50 available on 4CX. Go grab it. $45 here on Jalen Clark. Don't lose your mind. Don't overthink it, guys. Just bet this on no vig. I don't even need. If I was in Maryland right now, like I will be this time next weekend, I would just go ahead and bet this. I would just bet this play on no vig for $45. Don't overthink it. A lot of Sports Zeno plays. The only reason that I would open up these Sports Zeno plays is if you are limited on Sports Zeno, maybe by the grace of God, there is a chance that some other recreational book has this roughly at minus 130 odds, right? Minus 135, but if not, it's okay. Nas Reed, ProfitX, MGM. Another telltale sign, guys, that I would love to make this bet, right, is it's 1 cent off to being a low hold to FanDuel. It's also MGM. Like, I'll bet MGM props blind all day long. You don't need to do too much deep diving on MGM or Fanatics or Sports Zeno or Hard Rock. You're going to have a great time. So if ProfitX has the same lines as MGM, this isn't one where I think MGM is on the inside knowing. I would just go bet this. Yeah, no doubt about that, Anton. No doubt. I'll be there next weekend. Brandon Miller, under on his assist. DraftKings, no vig, Onyx. Let's see. Who's moving? Can I get a chart? That's all I'm looking for. I need the chart. Come on, OddsJam. You're a $80 million company, almost $160 million. You got to get this to load for me. Help me out here. I'm dying, finally. Okay, bookmakers up here. Interesting. FanDuel just did this. That's kind of crazy. They went from plus 104 to minus 104. Pinnacle moved up, and then they moved kind of back down. I love this movement from FanDuel. I don't really like this movement from Pinnacle. But, whoa. Yeah, okay. This play's gone because FanDuel adjusted their opinion. So that's an example of just a play I didn't really like too much. I liked some parts of it, but I didn't like all of it. And if I'm sitting there, guys, and I'm thinking about this play on Brandon Miller, I'm like, I don't know. Probably not the play I want to take. Just move on to another play. Oscar Thompson. Same idea here is, can I find this anywhere else? I can't, unfortunately. DraftKings would be close, but it's not good enough. Edgecombe on his threes. I like this. Bookmaker, Pinnacle, FanDuel's all similarly aligned here. The over on the threes. This is an ARB to FanDuel, by the way, guys. I'm cool with it, right? The under's at plus 122. The over's at minus 120. Plus odds on the under is larger than the minus odds on the over. Arbitrage, go bet that at MGM. Would love to bet that over there. Let's go over and take a look at Pinnacle now. Because Pinnacle's going to tell us that we should bet a couple FanDuel plays, for sure. Okay, Brandon Williams is the top play up here. Can be Sportsbook. You can see FanDuel just moved their odds a little bit. It's an ARB to Pinnacle. I wouldn't overthink this too much. Go bet this. Pinnacle moved. Bookmaker moved. FanDuel, they all moved, right? Now, they might not have moved all in the same odds, but they all have similar movement, right? And so, bing, bang, boom, go bet this on Bet Rivers or whatever Canby sportsbook you have. Great play. McCollum, not an arb to Pinnacle. Not an arb to Pinnacle at all. But this over looks really, really good. Maybe not. No, Pinnacle just moved up. That's why the price, the edge just moved a little bit. Let's refresh that. Isaiah Jackson, Okonkwo, all these plays are going to be, these are arbs to Pinnacle. Go bet these plays. Jackson, arb to Pinnacle. Right now, when we get down here to Santee, don't know. Not quite a low hold. Almost a low hold. Not quite. Off by a cent. DraftKings moving. FanDuel's moving down a little bit. Pinnacle hasn't moved too much. ATM, how about Patrick Williams and Evan Mobley? When we get there, man, we'll have to take a look at it. Again, appreciate you asking. What I would say is ATM, we'll definitely take a look to see if it's there, if it's on the page. I typically like going after the top EV plays. And again, something that's I've kind of changed up on. No disrespect to your brother. If we get there, we get there. But anyone that is a premium member, I will move and take a look for. If you're not a premium member, I'm not going to go outside the stream right now to look at it at the moment. But if we see it on the screen, I'll definitely take a look at it for you. Melton on points. Anytime you see just arbs in general, guys, this is good, but this is an arb to penny. Arb to Profit X. You want to just arb this on Profit X for $100, make good money, go ahead and do that. Sometimes the arb is the play, guys. Instead of trying to figure out which side of the positive EV play to take. Isaiah Stewart. Yep, that's gone. Rudy on his double-double. Double-doubles, guys, is a market you can normally bet a little bit more on for player props. So while you might be limited on MGM, check this out on double-doubles. Like FanDuel will let you wager way more, at least I can wager way more on double-doubles than I can on just regular over-unders on like rebounds or regular player props. Not quite an arb to Pinnacle, but still very, very good. And Jalen Johnson, again, similarly, not too far off. I'm okay with this. This is, though, I love to inspect these plays, guys, and like to see what's going on. I'm really in on that. And then Julius Randle on assists. Is this something I want to go after? These are, I'll be honest with you guys, these are the plays I don't like. I don't like these plays because these are just three different sports books with three different projections. Now, Pinnacle moved a touch. They moved a decent amount there, 121 to 114. But I don't like seeing three separate lines like this. I don't. So I like to just not mess around with this. Not my thing. It's not an arb. It's not a low hold. It's just not enough for me to want to go do that. Yeah, no problem, AT. I mean, listen, I've recognized your name, man. You're always in here. You're always showing support. So, I definitely want to make sure I get to that, if we can, for sure. So those are kind of examples, guys, of plays I love to go after and plays I don't like to go after. Like Tobias Harris here, this is a Caesar-specific play. If I see, I don't like that movement from FanDuel, and I don't like this movement from Pinnacle, where they're moving closer towards Caesar's odds, so I don't like that at all. Just kind of move off of it, right? So if I come up here and type in Mobley, you were asking about his threes. It's obviously not a play here on Pinnacle. And then Patrick Williams, so maybe it's devigged somewhere else. Patrick Williams on his threes, yeah, not there as well. So this play in particular, so it's good movement from Pinnacle and it's good movement from FanDuel. Solid movement. And their models were very close to one another. So I don't mind this play on Evan Mobley. Again, it's a lower percentage play. Devigging to Pinnacle, this is a 2% edge play. If we devigged it to FanDuel, it might be a little bit more than that. So I don't want to play this. Not because I don't mind the movement, but it's just too low of an EV percentage for me to want to go grab. I just think that there's so many other options out there to get this. So it's not a bad play, but it's just not quite good enough for me. So I probably wouldn't take it, right? That's what I would say on this in general when I'm looking to make a decision. And kind of the same with Patrick Williams. My first thoughts when I look at this is like, this is too low of an edge for player props for me to want to take it, because there's just so many other player props out there. It's not an ARB. It's not a low hold. So that doesn't meet the criteria. And then this is just kind of 4 different sports. Now, Pinnacle did move quite a bit here 49 minutes ago from plus 31, but they moved 7 cents, which is okay. But I don't like the fact that DraftKings moved before. Both of these plays fit into like they're decent, but I don't love them. And they're just too low of an edge for me to want to really go play it. But by all means, you can play it. They're not, like I said, they're not bad plays. They're just not elite plays. And I really want to go after some serious elite plays with player props. I don't want good plays. I want awesome, elite, excellent, the best of the best plays. But you can put them in your portfolio. I don't mind it. And devigging to FanDuel. Well, this is devigging to FanDuel. So yeah, this is the best edge that it's going to be. So they're just too low for me. Okay. We're coming up on the hour mark here, guys. Let me see what else we have going. Did I miss anything? So we hit up the FanDuel, we hit up the Onyx, we hit up some good stuff there. We'll take another peek at goal scores just to see if anything's changed at all. No, nothing. All right, cool. Sharp money tool. What else do we have? Anything new popping? Claxton just seems to be the top play, under on his rebounds, which we already reviewed earlier. Brandon Miller is next up. Now the under on his points. And I believe I bet the over. I can't remember where the hell it is. Yeah, I think I bet the over. But it might have been the over 20.5. Can't remember. What was it? I can't remember what the hell it was. But this is, someone wants this at plus 110 odds, the same odds that you can get this at Bet Rivers. So the idea behind this, guys, is I look at like where this person wants it as. I don't give a shit about the $400 or the $99. I don't care about that. That's chump change. $2,800, that's decent. This person wants it at plus 110. So then from that position, and 1,400 is okay, but I'd rather the 28. From this position, I'm willing to go 5 to 7, 8 cents max. So I'll take this at plus 105 or maybe plus 102. That's pretty much my limit. 5 to 8 cents max movement, meaning what is the professional bettor want it at? I'm willing to go worse, 5 to 8 cents worse of a price from that line. And that's how I determine if I want to take this. Now, obviously, you're going against the sharp books. But the belief here is that this person has a model. They bet NBA player props maybe for a living, or for like a serious side hustle, because this is some serious dough. You're not just dropping $2,800 just because F it, YOLO. No. This is because you probably have some type of model. The only sharp people really, or bettors really know about the exchanges, guys. If you are just like, if I went over to my friends and was like, hey guys, you're going to place that bet on No Vig or Profit X? And they're going to be like, what are you talking about? Are you speaking a different language? So I feel like only if you're in the know, you know about the exchanges. And so that's why I truly believe in that Brandon Miller play. Irish, no. Boom Fantasy used to be on OddsJam. I don't know if it still is anymore. I don't have access to it. And in terms of like other softwares that have Boom Fantasy, guys, if you know, feel free to help us out and Irish out. I don't know. Because it's kind of in the DFS book world, it's kind of a niche book. It's not one of the popular ones. So I don't know. And I don't also think that they have any odds that are similar to like other DFS books where you could like look at OddsJam tools and be like, oh, they copy parlay plays, so it's the same, or owner's box, whatever. But no, because they used to be on here, but I don't think they're on here anymore. Okay. All right, guys. That's where we're going to pause it for today. But good question, Irish. If I find out, I'll obviously holler at you. Lynn, Bovada. No, I mean, it's up here, but there just might not be anything popping up, like any results popping up right now. Because obviously they were here for a while. We do go through this back and forth, guys, with OddsJam and certain sports books, like MyBookie, like Bovada, where they disappear for a couple days. Now, in the case of MyBookie, it's been like months, where they kind of disappear. And this all just comes down to, I don't work, Lynn, like this is just answering your question specifically. I don't work in IT, but it definitely has something to do with how OddsJam scrapes and pulls the odds off of these sports books. I have no idea how you do that, but it definitely comes down to how they are pulling those odds and if maybe the sports books change something up or if the process that they were using doesn't work anymore. So yeah, Lynn, like I wouldn't lose out on all hope that Bovada's gone forever. I would just say that it comes down to how the IT team pulls and scrapes. I have no idea. That's not my jam. That's not my expertise. I would definitely reach out to the customer service team with OddsJam to find out an update. I haven't heard anything as of yet. But again, guys, when it comes to books removing and coming back or leaving, to my knowledge, it's just based off of scraping and how the software scrapes. And that's well above, that's not even in my galaxy in terms of how that works. But that's what it comes down to. Otherwise, guys, I'll be back on tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Doing it again. Have an awesome Friday night, guys. Get ready for a massive, massive, massive slate of college basketball tomorrow. And if nothing else, guys, we'll chat with you in the morning. Have a good night.